Mr. Hern.
Madam Secretary, last week, President Biden is quoted in his op-ed by saying, quote, "We should level the international taxation playing field so companies no longer have an incentive to shift jobs and profits overseas," end quote. Madam Secretary, does this mean you plan to withdraw the foreign tax credit regulations which punish Americans and encourage companies to offshore jobs and IP?
I'm sorry, you're talking about the foreign tax credit regulations?
Yes, ma'am.
The foreign tax credit regulations are very important to make sure that that firms only receive tax credits when a foreign jurisdiction.
Okay, so we're
has a
just, Madam
primary-
Secretary, if I may reclaim my time, because this has been around 100 years, and all of a sudden, for the need of more tax dollars, we've changed that, and you know this, and we've had a lot of conversations. Last month, Congressman Schneider and I, as you know, and he referenced, we sent you a letter outlining our concerns with the FTC credit regulations, and I appreciate your commitment from your team having a meeting with us to clarify the importance of the cost recovery and the royalty withholding portion of the FTC rules. However, it is my understanding that Treasury has no plans to change the rules dealing with withholding taxes on services, which will ultimately change U.S. multinationals' behavioral instinct to move jobs offshore. Madam Secretary, I know, I hope anyway, that we want to take care of our American companies, our American jobs, and our American people. We want those good paying jobs in our country. I want to work with you to ensure that those types of services won't be sent overseas while still accomplishing the shared goal of pushing back on discriminatory digital taxes. We agree on this. Will you commit to doing that, work on keeping our jobs here as opposed to allowing them to be offshore through some of that?
Of course, and we will be happy to work with you on that.
That was your commitment last year on June 17th when I asked you a similar question. But these FTC regulations are of great concerns. I would like to introduce a letter from 28 CFOs, our largest multinationals in this country, that have grave concerns over this as well. I stepped away a minute ago to meet with one of these multinational CFOs that are outlining their concerns with this FTC regulations. For the record, Mr. Chairman, may I
So ordered.
Thank you. Madam Secretary, I don't know how to ask this question other than ask this question like it is. Is it possible that you and the Treasury Department have gotten this wrong, just as you, and I appreciate you admitting that you misstated the inflation issue last year, but is it possible that we're wrong on these FTCs? And are we willing to take the risk of seeing our multinationals export these great paying jobs overseas, IP in other countries? Is it possible you got that wrong as well?
Well, we need to protect the American tax base and make sure that foreign tax credits are allocated when foreign countries have a taxing right, but not when they don't. And we've objected to digital services taxes. We've found them to be unfair trade practices.
Madam Chair, Madam Secretary, I agree with you 100% on that, but completely eliminating them is not the way to go. Finally, I would say we can't pull out of these countries because China is happy to fulfill the role that we had there. And so, Madam Secretary, I would ask that you work with us to get this right, because right now it's not right. I appreciate you. Yield back.